Thank you very much, and allow me to begin by sincerely congratulating you, Sima, on the renewal of your mandate at the helm of the UN Women. Congratulations on your continued leadership. The theme of today's event could not be more relevant. The latest available data are very worrying, and feminist values and achievements that we believed were rock solid are now being brutally and directly challenged. Among young men, support for feminism has dropped from 54% in 2019 to only 41% in 2023. Support for gender equality itself has fallen from 70% to 50%. Even more concerning, 23% of young men and 1 in every 8 young women now deny the very existence of gender-based violence. And these attitudes are not limited to gender issues. What we are witnessing is a rise in radicalized messages and attitudes among young men and boys, especially between the ages of 18 and 35. A significant percentage of them would be willing to accept authoritarian governments, even at the cost of curtailing their own freedoms. These numbers confirm that what we are facing is not simply isolated attitudes, but rather a deep generational and cultural shift, a shift that poses a daunting challenge. This trend does not emerge from nowhere. It is strongly influenced by anti-feminist narratives flooding social media. Social media now shapes the minds of our teenagers and influence how they understand democracy and equality. Many boys and young men are increasingly exposed to speeches that normalize misogyny and promote a toxic model of masculinity. And even our girls are more and more bombarded with messages that encourage regressive feminine roles rooted in harmful stereotypes. That is the reason why the UN Women Gender Snapshot is vital to counteract these negative narratives with facts, with data. In response, we must raise our voice and remind the world that, unfortunately, gender equality is not yet a reality, but still an aspiration. Not a luxury, but a necessity. Not a progressive whim, but a fundamental human right that concerns us all. And for that reason, we are convinced that we cannot take a single step back in the feminist struggle. On the contrary, we need to take 2 steps forward. In my country, in Spain, we are determined to push back against the pushback with public policies in 2 fronts. First, we are promoting awareness campaigns on different and positive types of masculinity. They are aimed at counteracting the influence of social media and offering young men positive, equitable, and violence-free role models. And second, we have adopted specific measures against technology-induced gender-based violence. The renewed National Pact Against Gender-Based Violence prioritize combating violence in the digital space, and we will walk the talk and honor our commitment in this realm through an increase in funding of up to 1.5 billion euros over the next 5 years. But this is not a challenge that anyone or any country can face alone. We must build international alliance to inspire boys and young men to become true agents of change. There can be no equality without democracy, not fully democracy without equality, and that is why my country, Spain, along with others, has promoted, alongside a group of like-minded countries, the creation of an international alliance for democracy, an initiative based on the belief that protecting democratic values is inseparable from the defense of gender equality, especially at a time when we are experiencing a backlash against values that we long thought secure. We do not want to witness how the new generations of men are swept up in hate speech or authoritarian nostalgia. On the contrary, we want to recognize in the pursuit of gender equality a horizon for their very own shared dignity. Because the future of democracy also relies on men joining the feminist cause without reservation. Initiatives such as He for She are indispensable in these uncertain times because beyond gender equality, He for She encapsulates the best spirit of human solidarity, me for you. This is why I'm honored to be part of it. Count on me personally, count on my government, and count on my country, Spain, a proud champion of feminism. We are not going to stop because we are only halfway there. So thank you very much. Muchas gracias.